October 16th, 2022. Look at these trees. Oh my gosh, these colors in the trees. So anyways, we're out here with the Taurus 941. It's a knockoff of like a Smith & Wesson Model 63. Chambered in 22 mag. I want to see how accurate we can get with a 22 mag out of a revolver. We're just going to be using some iron sights. It's almost idyllic conditions. It's like 55, 60 degrees, something like that. The wind is a little high. That's why I say almost idyllic, because we've got about I think it's like 8 miles an hour right now, crosswind. You can kind of see from the flag down there. And we're just going to shoot through the wind. You know, I might have to, it seems like it's blowing a little bit to the right, so I might have to aim a little to the left, but we're going to try out some different kinds of ammo here. I got some pretty cheap arms core. This is a 40 grain projectile going about 1800 feet per second. We got some CCI Maxi-Mag and then some Hornady VMAX. The CCI Maxi-Mag is also 40 grain, just like the arms core, and also just like the arms core going about 1800 feet per second. Keep in mind that's probably out of like a 22 to 24 inch barrel. I did do some chronograph testing, and out of this 4-inch barrel I'm getting about 1300 feet per second. And then but that's just with this Maxi-Mag and the arms core. This Hornady VMAX right here, it's a 30 grain projectile, and it's pushing that 30 grain projectile. Where is it? It does say on here 2200 feet per second. So quite a big difference between the two, about 400 feet per second difference. I didn't do any chronograph testing with the VMAX, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be like 1500 feet per second out of this 4-inch revolver. So still going really quick. Let's just go ahead and start with this arms core. And I just did a little video on this revolver, but since that video I cleaned it all up, so she's nice and shiny with this stainless steel sparkling in the sunlight. So it should be, you know, best conditions besides the wind, I would say, for testing out this accuracy with a 22 mag at long range. All right. So right now I'm set up at 50 yards, and we're going to push it back probably to about 200 yards, but in 50-yard increments. So I'm going to start at 50, then go to 100 yards, then 150, and then 200. So let's go and get started here. I believe that was a miss. I think I got to aim a little low at this range. Let me try that. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. Once I figured out where the, after that first shot, I had to aim a little low, which is a good sign, because when I push it back to 100 yards, hopefully I'll be able to aim dead center, and then when I push it back to 150 and 200, I'll just have to aim a little bit higher. So let's take a look at this group. I think it's kind of all over the place, honestly, but at least I got all my shots on there. Alright, so if y'all can see this, I got 7 out of the 8 shots on, and they're all mostly hitting to the right. Again, there is that crosswind, 8 mile an hour crosswind, so that kind of makes sense. I guess I'm gonna have to aim a little bit to the left, but with this arms core, it's kind of all over the place. I'm not the best shot in the world, but let's see if I can tighten the groups up with some of this CCI Maximag. And the CCI Maximag has a hollow point, unlike the arms core, so that already should give it better accuracy. Hollow points are generally, I think, more accurate because it kind of forms a little like bubble of air pressure right in front of the bullet as it's flying through the air, and I think somehow helps it, with the aerodynamics of the bullet. I'm not exactly Bill Nye the Science Guy here, but to my understanding, it's I think hollow points are a little bit more accurate. So let's see. I'm gonna aim a little low, basically aiming at the bottom of the target, and that is an 18-inch target. Ooh. I jerked that shot. Phone going off. This gun likes to fling all the shells at you when you try and inject them. Alright. It's going to be sort of tough to differentiate between the arms core and the Maximag, but I think it's definitely tightening up a lot more. They're definitely more center, and I guess I wasn't really dealing with too much wind that time, but yeah, the rounds are definitely tightening up. I'm going to go respray the target real quick before we do the VMAX, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the best accuracy out of those rounds right there. Okay, we are resprayed. Let's go and load up some of this Hornady VMAX. I'm expecting pretty good groups out of this, but then again, I'm not the best shot in the world. More than likely, once we start really pushing it back to like 150 and 200 yards, I'm probably just going to go, oops, this fell off. I'm probably just going to go with this Hornady VMAX. Definitely going to forget about the arms core, but let's go ahead and do this at 50 yards real quick. And that wind is kind of changing up. It's going all over the place. Now it's going left. You can see from the flag down there. I'm going to wait for this wind to die down just a bit. Look at that. Now it's going right. All over the place. Okay. Let's try it. Screw the wind. These VMAXs are going to shoot right through that wind. Let's see where we're at. Actually looks pretty similar to the Maximag. It is shooting a little bit to the right, probably because of that wind right there. When we push it back out to 100 yards, I'm really gonna have to take that into effect and probably aim a little bit left. So, but as you can see, that's an 18-inch target, so we're making maybe a 10-inch group or so at 50 yards with the Hornady VMAX. And it was probably about a 10-inch group too with this Maximag. But I'm thinking that, you know, once we push it out further, the Maximag group will probably really spread out, and this VMAX will hopefully kind of stay together. So there's the 3 different rounds at 50 yards. Let's go ahead and push it back to 100 yards. I had totally forgotten that I brought my chronograph out here. So let's go ahead and chronograph these VMAXs real quick. I'm going to shoot 5 shots and I guess notate the average. But kind of curious just to see how fast these are going. I think I said 1500 was like my guess. So let's see how close I am. $14.82. Oh man, I'm so close. $14.56. $13.96. Dropping a bit. Couldn't catch it, darn. There's a little bit of wind out here, so blowing some stuff around. That gave me an error. Falling to the ground. Okay, stay. Please. Just need to get one more shot off, that's it. Stay. Stay. Son of a... There we go. Here's a lesson in how to destroy your chronograph. Something you spent your hard-earned money on. Let the wind blow it over. Alright, please stay. I need to get this one shot off, that's it. $14.46. After all that, got all 5 shots off. That's probably an average of like 14 and a half. So that was pretty close. Let me take this down before it falls over again. So after almost destroying my chronograph, I was able to get the average of 4 shots because that 4th shot was, you know, when it fell over, I just saw the error, so I couldn't really see what velocity I was getting on the 4th shot. But from 4 out of the 5 shots, I went back and took a look at the footage, and the average was 14.45. So out of this little 4-inch barrel right here, these VMAX are going pretty fast, pretty darn fast. And after shooting these Maximag at 100 yards, I think I'm just going to do the VMAX, because that VMAX, you know, obviously is going to be more accurate, and going 1,445 feet per second, it's going to be able to cut through the wind a lot better. So after this right here at 100, I'm going to quit on the CCI Maximag. But let's go ahead and see how they do at 100 yards real quick. Shoot. Yeah, I think I only hit like 2 shots. Well, I tried. Let's move on to the VMAX real quick. And again, not going for groups here, just going for hits. And hopefully I can get more than 2 hits at 100 yards. If I had a scope on this, I think I could get some much more accurate shots. So Maybe I might have to try and put a scope on this revolver and come back out here. But I do have a scope on a 44 mag revolver, Smith & Wesson 629 Classic, with a 6.5 inch barrel, I believe. So that'd be fun to test out the accuracy on that as well. All right, VMAX at 100 yards. That was pretty good. The camera battery's about to die. Hopefully I can get this in real quick. See if you guys can see that. I hit 6 out of 8 shots at 100 yards. Spread out pretty good, so, you know, I'm not going to complain. I mean, hitting 6 out of 8 at 100 yards, I'll go with that. Let's go ahead and push it back to 150. All right. 150 yards on the dot. So the wind's kind of picked up a bit. It was 8 miles an hour earlier today, but according to my Weather Channel app, it's picked up to about 10 miles an hour. So this is going to be a little more difficult, not to mention that pushing it back another 50 yards is going to make it even more difficult. So not exactly going for groups. Look at this bee right here. Please don't sting me. So pushing it back to 150. It's I'm not going for groups. I'm just going for hits. And if I could even just get a few hits on target, I'd be happy. But we're about to find out. I was out here about a week ago doing a video, and in that video I said that the trees were in peak color changing season. But I'd say right now, a week later, these trees look immaculate. Right now is definitely peak color changing season. I mean, I just can't believe what I'm seeing out here. It is so beautiful. Okay. Here goes nothing. This wind's picking up, but we'll see what happens. That was a hit. I didn't think I was going to hit that. This wind is really picking up. I'll let it die down just a bit. Leave me alone, flies. That was a hit. 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 All right. I think I got 4 out of those 8 shots. That's very promising. And believe it or not, I'm still kind of aiming at the bottom of the target. I thought I was going to have to aim a lot higher at 150, but I guess not. Yeah, let's move back to 200 now. Got some red paint on me. Darn these spray painted targets. Yeah, right at 200 yards. And I got some good news. I took a picture of it, so I'll roll that in. But I thought I only hit 4 shots at 150 yards. I actually hit 5. And there's 7 shots on target. Again, I'll roll this picture in so you guys can see. There's 2 shots at the very top. Those were 2 shots I actually took off camera to just kind of get my point of aim on. And the other 5 shots are the ones that I just got on camera. So out of those 8, I hit 5 shots. And I'm really happy about that. Because I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to hit 2 shots. So now that we're back at 200 yards, let's really put this to the test. And it's kind of incredible with these 30 grain projectiles that the wind hasn't been much of a factor. I mean, granted, I'm shooting an 18-inch target, so it gives me a lot of real estate to hit. But, you know, I kind of expected the shots to kind of, go, way to the left or way to the right. But as you can kind of see from that picture, they're mostly in the middle. I mean, they are spread out on that 18-inch target, but they're hitting. And they're not all all to the left and all to the right. They're all over. Okay, let's give it a shot here. 200 yards, and can you ask for a better backdrop than these beautiful trees? All right, I'm going to shut up about the trees. Let's do some shooting. 200 yards. Here goes nothing. That was a hit. And I'm pretty sure I aimed directly at it too. I don't get it. These VMAXs are so flat. Flat flying, I should say. That's awesome, man. That was a hit. Yeah, I'm aiming pretty much right on it. I'm not sure. That bird cawing in the background kind of covered up the sound of the ding if there was one, but let's keep going. Got a little bit of wind to the right, it looks like. See if hopefully we can get a couple more shots on target. Honestly, if I can just get one more shot on target, I'd be very happy. Because I'm trying to get away from all these flies. Leave me alone. Oh, man. So hoping that, this late into the year that the flies might not be out too much, but looks like they're still around. This is a working cow farm, so tends to attract some flies. All right, another 8 rounds here. This wind is really picking up. By the look of the flag, it's all over the place, but it's kind of blowing straight at me. So if I had a scope on here, yeah, I mean that would probably be a lot more helpful than shooting iron sights. But yeah, still having a great time out here with this. Something about shooting iron sights actually at long distance. It's just it's a good old fashioned time. Kind of reminds me of shooting tin cans when you were a little kid. That was a hit. All right, we're gonna end on that. Ended on at least one hit from those last 8 rounds. So let's go head up there at the target and take a look and see. I think out of those 24 rounds that I shot at 200 yards, I think I hit at least a few. So let's go take a look. So look at this. What a pleasant surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. I thought that I only hit like 3 or 4 shots. It's probably a little difficult to hear all the shots from 200 yards away with a 30 grain projectile. But 6 out of the 24 shots I believe I took, just not bad. I'm not going to complain about that. Believe it or not, these shots that I hit, I think I was aiming basically like dead center. The wind was doing something. I don't know, maybe the wind might have thrown some of those shots off, but for the most part, the windage actually looks pretty decent. I mean, the bulk of the shots are all kind of right there in like I guess not counting this flyer right here, you're looking at about a 10-inch group at 200 yards. That was the same same size group I was getting at 100 yards too. So maybe I just kind of honed in my shooting skills a bit, but I'm really happy with that. I mean, it's a beautiful day out here, and I was able to connect with 6 shots at 200 yards. So good times. So yeah, you can be pretty accurate with a revolver, 22 mag revolver with a 4-inch barrel. So there you go. Thanks for watching.